Yes, greetings, colleagues. My name is Jakes, the co-founder of Jakes Humility Investment CC. Um, I don't remember saying any topic in the last video, but actually, we got something. So today I will actually be speaking of about how I overcame shyness, how I became from being a shy businessman to a self-confident businessman. So it's more like a story. So I will be going back, in my teenage years and yeah, and all that. So me personally, I'm not a shy person. Personally, I'm not a shy person because I was an actor. I used to act from very young age. I used to act, and no, I'm just a person that that's like full of confidence. Even when I was a kid, I was never shy. So I've given speeches like in front of front of a lot of people and all that. So at a very young age. So me personally, I'm actually not shy. So, but why am I saying that I overcame shyness and became a self-confident businessman? That actually happened after I completed my grade 12 in Chumeb. I came to Swakopmund, and before I came to Swakopmund, while I was actually busy with my finals, I called both of my parents, my mom and my dad, and I told them that whether I actually pass grade 12 or not, I wanna do business for a whole year. Then I will continue with varsity the following year. That actually never happened. I came here, yeah, I just started doing business and it just continued. But the whole plan was when I planned of doing a business for a whole year. The whole plan was I save up money, buy a car, and at least go with a car at varsity so that I can actually rely on that for my survival and all that, because I had the plan with the car. So that never happened. So business with its challenges didn't allow that to happen. So yeah. So when I came here after completing grade 12, I actually started the business of selling fruits and vegetables. Basically, I was a street vendor. I started doing that business, because that's what I could afford at that time. So I remember where I started. Where I started from, I I started, when I came in Swakop, I remember I bought see 3 bags. I bought 3 bags of maize meal. So I came with those, and after selling that, I believe I after my sales, I believe I made around 900. Yeah, I believe it was around 900 something. So my mom then used that money to buy for me, like my stock now for the fruits and vegetables. So yeah, the whole thing is, it's supposed to be like based on how I overcame shyness, but it's more, as I said, it's more of like a story. So I have to try to link all those things so that you can have a clue of how of, like, as to why I actually became shy, like doing this type of business. So yeah, that's basically what I started. I was selling fruits and vegetables. So the shyness came in, basically when I was doing the business, like selling to strangers and all that. I was okay. I was fine. I'll talk to them. I'll be there promoting my business. But I started being shy when I see people that I completed grade 12 with, or people that were just schooling at the same school with me. So the moment I see them, if I'm at my table, remember I'm in the street, on the street, right? I'm actually selling on the street. So the moment I see them, I will stand up from my table and just stand somewhere and pretend like I'm just waiting for someone and all that. So I was just being shy of selling tomatoes and onions and all that, while my friends uh actually, or people that we completed grade 12 with, at school, like at varsity and all that. So for me, I'm like, I'm on the street. So once I see someone that I know, that I schooled with, I will run away from my business. I was shy. Okay, but when strangers are coming, no, we are doing business. We are talking. But how did I overcome that? With time, when as time as time was going and all that, I you know I just I started encouraging myself. I just spoke to myself. I remember giving myself a speech. I told myself that, man, listen, at the end of the day, you need to eat. That was me encouraging myself. At the end of the day, you need to eat. Some of these people that you are running away from do not really care whether you are selling fruits and vegetables or whether you are in university. They don't care. Okay? And I was encouraging myself of the dream that I also have, like the vision for my business, because I knew I was not gonna be there. Eventually, I know I was gonna get somewhere, because I know I was not gonna be a street vendor, for the longest. It was just, early steps on the ladder. So yeah. So I started encouraging myself, reminding myself of the vision that I have, and just motivating myself that no, I have to stop running away from these people. It's my life. At the end of the day, when I go home, if I don't have food, who will give me? These people that I'm running away from won't provide me any food. I was just giving myself a speech, encouraging myself and all that. So after that, I didn't automatically adapt or start working on what I was encouraging myself on. It was with time. So after now encouraging myself, I still do remember running away once I see them and all that. To the point where I was like, I'm not gonna run. I remember sitting and I remember I don't really remember who I saw first, but I saw a lot of them. I saw different people that I schooled with and all that. But I can't really tell, I don't even have to mention names and all that. But yeah, I do remember like seeing some people and I didn't run from the business. But when I was still seated, I was still like, having that feeling, man, shyness. I was kind of shy. And I had to greet the person and all that. So after that, I continued. The next person, person comes, I'm just seated. So eventually, it became normal for me. I was not shy, Some of them I remember even like selling to them and all that, talking to them and all that. So yeah, that's actually how I overcame that part of being shy. I encouraged myself and I started working on it. So that's basically how I overcame being shy. So if you are a shy person, whether now you are doing business, you're looking forward to doing business, or you're just a shy person in general. But mostly this will be for those that are doing business and actually are shy. The business needs you, the business relies on you. If you are ashamed to promote your business on social media, or you are just ashamed to approach customers and talk to them about your business, you're actually killing your business, or you are preventing your business from growing. You need customers for your business to grow. So you have to come out of those chains of shyness and promote your business. So there are a few steps that I would like to share with you guys, for you to overcome this. The first one is if you're a shy person, right? If you cannot approach people, so do this. If you cannot approach people, or you are just shy to promote your business on social media, try by all means just to greet new people. You can greet 5 people at least in a day. You just walking on the street, greet the person, how are you? Or greet the person and ask the person what's the time. Just that thing of you talking to people, once you get used to it, it starts from there. Then you at least drop a video, maybe just advertising one of your product. But the greeting thing, you have to do it like consistently, like on a daily basis, so that you can get used to talking to people. Okay? And after that, the video part, just record a video of you doing something good. Just something good. and post it on social media, because a lot of business people cannot do this what I'm doing. There's a lot of business people that cannot do what I'm doing, like just recording a video and posting it like on social media. They can't do that. But remember, your business needs you. So actually had a lot of things to do, but I just want to put this in different how do I say this? I want to separate the topics. So believe my next topic is gonna be on, it's actually a message to my next topic will be a message to graduates and those that actually are benefiting from NASFAF. I have a very good message for those two groups. So yeah, please do the needful. I actually hope that you learned something. Do the needful, share the video so that the next person can pick up 1 or 2 points. And please do follow. If it's on TikTok or Facebook, do follow. If it's on YouTube, please do subscribe. Dango.